somebody who is realizing that there's nobody else they're interested in. They feel like they have finally found who they've been looking for. They're excited because the more they get to know about you, the more you align to that, like wish list that they have. You're truly divine. I've never felt energy like yours before, and I can't get enough. So they're very intrigued, very interested, and they want to spoil you. I want to give you the good life. I want to spoil you with gifts and trips and everything you could ever need or want. You deserve nothing less. Alrighty then. So let's go on spirit with a little bit of wind chime time, or a lot. I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedonestarot@gmail.com, and that is in the description box for you, along with more information on how to get additional content by being a member, as well as how to find my Etsy shop in case you would like a homemade soy candle. Alrighty. And just so you know, everyone who buys one of those gets like a nice little handwritten note from me. All right, let's see. What do we have? I think we will start. We need something romantic, right? We're going to go with the Shadowscapes Tarot because it's beautiful. Let's see what else we have for you. Ace of Wands, Ace of Cups. So there's 4 aces out of 78 cards. And to have 2 of them, like the first 2, that's wild. This person's very interested in you. Why do we have the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse? You would think if this is someone who's trying to spoil you, or if this is some like divinely match like couple, that this Wheel of Fortune would be in the upright, like saying, you've like hit the lottery, right? All right. We're gonna have to figure that one out. Hello, Carrie. How are you doing? Queen of Pentacles, the Moon, Judgment. Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. So I want to spoil you. It really is what they want to do, but I feel like there's something they're hiding. Okay, so I was all excited for like a cutesy little love reading, but if you need to know that this person is not being honest with you, then you need to know that, right? We've got the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse because I feel like there's something here about the long-term intentions and whether or not they're being honest about if they actually have those long-term intentions. Now we have the Ace of Pentacles. So now we have 3 of the 4 aces. I love this card. Isn't that beautiful? So they're making an offer. They're spoiling you. They're clearly attracted to you physically. And they're probably doing a little bit of, like, they're very charming. But does it get to the point of love bombing is what we need to figure out. Hello, Darnell. Hello, Arturo. I kind of stumbled over that one. Arturo, how are you doing? Hello, Constantine. How's your day? What else? The Hierophant. The Magician. Two of Swords. There's just something off about this person. This could be a warning to not move too quickly into a commitment because you might be really like drawn to this person because of how they act when you first meet them. But sometimes it takes a little while for that like facade to melt away. And I feel like you're about to realize that someone who presents very well or has shown up in a very like romantic way might be hiding something. The Hanged Man in the reverse and the Five of Wands in the reverse. Yeah, this is like reminding me of a song by, hold on a second, Blue October. I think it's called The Ugly Side. And it's talking about like, I really want to avoid you learning about the not so nice sides of me. I just want you to know about the good side of me. This could be someone who really just wants to avoid you figuring them out completely. Now we have the Devil and the Knight of Cups in the reverse. Yeah. All right. So be cautious. I was real excited at the beginning, but this is someone who uses like big gestures or big gifts or, hey, let's go on a trip or, you looked like you wanted to have some new Ray-Bans, whatever it is. I didn't get paid for that. They're like keenly aware of the impact spoiling people has and getting them to kind of look the other way on attributes that might be less than desirable, like poor communication. Just if I can find a way to make you like not catch on to who I really am, then that will make my life easier, right? This is the Edgar Allan Poe, sorry, this is the Poe Tarot. I have two of them, so sometimes I mix them up, okay? Archer, are you asking for a personal question? I do those at the end of the general reading with priority to those who tip or donate. You can also donate a membership, and I will pull some cards for you, but I do like to make sure that that's after the general reading, okay? Hello, Rick. How are you doing? Please call me Carmen. Seven of Quills or the Seven of Swords. Misery is manifold. So the question I have is, what is he holding? I think that's money. What I get from this card is somebody who feels like they have to lead with the finances. They have to lead with what they can offer financially to someone. They feel like they have to kind of hide the ugly side and win people over with like splashy gestures or dropping money. Not one of all the crowd to pry into thine hour of secrecy. Be silent in that solitude. But they think they're pretty clever here. They feel like they're going to be able to keep this information secret, or they'll be able to, kind of like live a double life. No one's going to catch on to me, which makes me feel like they're wrong. What else do you have? And thank you for liking and subscribing. It means a lot to me. Five of Paws, which is the Five of Pentacles, and again with the Magician. Okay. So we're going to call them the Magician, but we're going to also just keep in mind that this person has also had the Devil energy come out for them. So they like to get people obsessed with them, or they like to find a way to like get people to chase them. They might specifically look for people that are not as well off financially because they feel like then they can be a bit more successful with their manipulations. Like, oh, what's that? You're broke? Cool. Then you're probably going to be less likely to call me out for being a bad boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, whatever it is, because you like that money, right? Just as the day dawns to the friendless and houseless beggar who roams the streets throughout the long, desolate winter night, just so tardily, just so warily, just so cheerily came back the light of the soul to me. So the magician picks their romantic interests based on, can I manipulate you? Do you need money? Does my money make it less likely that you would call me out on not treating you the way you deserve to be treated, or lying to you, or, entertaining other people? The magician says, but the raven, sitting lonely on the placid bust, spoke only that one word, as if his soul in that one word he did outpour. And what was that word? Nevermore. I think this person's been hurt. I think this is someone who does not like people. They like toying with people. This is someone who enjoys the process of reeling someone in and then watching them cry as they, catch and release, right? Queen of Candles, or the Queen of Wands. O lady dear, hast thou no fear? Why, and what art thou dreaming here? Sure thou art come o'er far-off seas, a wonder to these garden trees. They leverage their attractiveness to dull the senses. They leverage charming promises and gifts to kind of put someone in a trance and make it less likely that they will notice the true character behind this magician. The King of Quills, or King of Swords, says, and think that these weak lines are written by him who, as he pens them, thrills to think his spirit is communing with the angels. And I don't really like using the word narcissist because I do feel like it gets thrown around quite a lot, and probably way more than it should. But if I had to choose a reading to use that word, this King of Quills card really does bring that forward in this reading. So we could have someone who is really not good at anticipating or being aware of others' feelings or needs. Hello, Ruby. How are you doing? Hello, Rhonda. I know, isn't it a good one? And hello, I don't know how to say your name because it is in a different language, but hello. Is it, oh, the next comment says Shaheen. Hello, how are you doing? Shaheen, if you were asking a personal question with regards to the return, I will be doing personal questions in about 20 minutes, and you can get added to a list if you want to put your question in a super chat. How would the magician heal? My gut instinct says the foundation of the magician healing and no longer being this manipulative person, it would have to be family therapy, dealing with the problems of the past that they had ignored. Because I do feel like this is someone who either they are angry, very angry, holding resentment towards things that happened to them when they were younger. Sorry, hold on a second. Or they are influenced strongly by the relationship they currently have with parents. But I do think this is a person who thinks a little too highly of themselves and doesn't take seriously what other people are thinking or needing or doing. But hello, Ethan, by the way. Hello, Darnell. Hello, Caitlin. Thank you, Rhonda. This is Under the Oak. 5 of Wands. The Chariot. And Death. So an argument breaks out. And I do feel like it's interesting that this Five of Wands has kind of like a devil character in the middle of the card. Because we did kind of the magician and the devil energy as this person who wants to spoil you, but maybe isn't necessarily working with the best of intentions. But we have someone who starts a fight. And I think that fight is about other people. So we could have someone who makes, let's say you're on a date with this person or you're grocery shopping or whatever, and they see someone, you know, 15 feet away and they're like, wow, that person's way more attractive than you. I'm sorry. Was that something you had to like voice? You couldn't just like think that? What would be the reason for someone to say such a thing? Because the only reason I can come up with is someone is purposefully trying to be, I don't think I can use my favorite insult, sadly. We're just going to go with twat waffle. Because it's so much fun to say. Oh, wow. You really burning, huh? All right, all right. You're a little bit of an overachiever, but I like that about you. Yes, I am talking to my candle. It's okay. Hey, you too, babe. What's up? Hello, Rick. That sounds good, Ethan. Hello, Blaine. How are you doing? Well, I am doing a live stream. And this is a tarot reading. What are you doing? Page of Swords and the Ace of Wands. Yeah, there is like a honeymoon period. There's the love bombing. There's the I'm going to spend a bunch of money on you. And then I'm going to make you feel like you can't do anything to change how I treat you because I know that you need that money. Or I know that you don't want to like not be able to go out to the finest restaurants every Friday night, you know, date night. But this Page of Swords is communication or some sort of evidence of a romantic rival or this magician feeling like they don't really need to be focused on the relationship because it's like, I spoil you, so like I should be able to spoil myself, right? Why should I be faithful to you? It's just your responsibility to be faithful to me. And I don't know about you, but I don't agree with that. To each their own, you know, there's plenty of variations on the original template for monogamy, but this seems to me like someone who feels they're entitled to that because of the money they spent on you. That's funny. Caitlin, I do that when I can, like when I have time, and when I really like the question that someone has asked, or sometimes it's because I really do feel for what they're going through. But I will be honest, I have been a little bit dragon today. That doesn't mean I am a dragon. It just means that I still have more work to do after this, so I'm probably not going to stay too late. I would say probably one live stream a day is probably an accurate reflection of how often I do a freebie. Wow, okay. So now we have the Lovers in the reverse, the Devil in the reverse, and the Three of Swords. When this person is not treating you right, when you discover that they feel spoiling you enables them or entitles them to be flirting with other people, let them choose that other person. Oh, I didn't realize that you were into my best friend, but you know, y'all would make such the cutest couple. I think I'll just see myself out. There's a real good way to deal with people who are entitled like this. There's a real good effective way to deal with people who feel like you should be content to be committed to them while they go out and hang out with other people without clothing. Don't even seem 1 ounce bothered when they stop paying attention to you and tell you, or like you catch them connecting with other people. Oh, you know what? That makes total sense. I'm real happy for you. I wish you the best. You don't have to stick around for someone who feels like monogamy is a one-sided expectation. Like I said, some people might be into that. That's up to you. But if you have agreed on monogamy, or if your understanding is this person is has agreed to be focused on you, then that's dishonest, right? Hello, Eric. How are you doing? Ace of Cups in the reverse is when someone catches the ick. When someone's like, oh, I don't know you would say things like that. But now that your behavior is, headed that direction, it makes it easier for me to let go. It makes it easier for me to realize this isn't the connection I was looking for, because clearly you don't really want to have a monogamous relationship. You were just hoping to have, like, I don't know, a trophy wife or husband, or someone to laugh at your jokes when they're not really funny because, like, you bought them some Chipotle. Kind of lame, right? Hello, Eric. How are you doing? Second, Eric. Hello, Mark. How are you doing? Yes, it is almost Taurus season. Six of Cups. Page of Pentacles. Money can't buy you love. This is someone who, instead of offering that actual, like, emotional connection where they, are vulnerable or willing to connect and understand who you are and share who they are, they want it instead to be enough for them to just, like, drop some money on you. Of course I care for you. I just bought you lunch. Of course you're my favorite person. That's why I bought you that outfit. There's a lack of affection, and much as I don't like her, let me just say that again in case she's watching. I really don't like J-Lo, okay? I just don't, for so many reasons. But I did listen to her music a while back, and she sang about money not being enough in a relationship, right? God, that song is so tainted. But that's what this is. This is like, yeah, that's real nice and all. It's great that you know how to, I guess, like, use your credit card. But if you want a real connection with somebody, you have to be able to connect in an emotional way. It can't just be a transactional relationship. Otherwise, like, I would expect things to end the same way they did in The Big Lebowski. Nobody wants Tara Reid's toenails or toes. Was it an actual toe? I think it was. Hello, Matt. How are you doing? Did I say hello to Raziel? What's up? It is. It's true. Hello, Frank. How are you doing? Hello, Egyptian Empress. How's your weekend? Well, I will say this. At least Mariah Carey can actually sing. My understanding is J-Lo, like, didn't even credit, what is it? I think it was Christina Milian was singing, like, one of her hooks in a song. Like, that's so weird to me. All right, anyways, enough of the bashing of J-Lo. And just to clarify, there is someone who watches my channel named J-Lo, and I think you're awesome. I'm specifically referring to the person who pretends to be a pop star, but no one really wants to go to her concerts. Am I gonna get into trouble for that, you guys? I mean, we were talking about narcissists, so I feel like it fits. Mhm. Hey, Ethan, I'm deleting your comment, and I'm gonna be real specific with you about why I'm deleting your comment. I do not tolerate anybody tearing down an entire gender on my live chat. So if we want to say it doesn't seem like men understand emotional connection, or if we want to say no women understand, I will delete either of those. Please be um, tolerant of people. I don't like that. Okay. Ooh, Stir of Echoes. I haven't thought of that movie in forever. I should really look that up. I might be able to find that. So we have King of Wands, the Fool, and the Wheel. I see you realizing that this person's really not worth the tears. Like, oh, okay. I mean, it's nice that you like drop some money on me, nice steak dinner or whatever. But if I can't count on you to be faithful, if there's other people and you'd rather spend your time with them, then I don't really care if you're spending your money on me. I'll just change it up. I'll go meet someone else and you can enjoy getting to know that new person. Just like leave me out of it. Thanks for stopping by, G Money. They are not. But I hope you have a great rest of your weekend and you could just not come back. That would be great. You think of that movie every time you want orange juice? Matt, you are totally right. Fun fact. No, I shouldn't say that. I was about to tell you some of my history, but I don't want to make it too easy for y'all to figure out who I am. But yes, she was. And I feel like that movie was actually pretty decent, but I don't think she contributed to that movie being decent. I think it was more the visual effects. And Vincent D'Onofrio, I think he was the other one. Hello, Colleen. How are you doing? Hello, Michael. It really was weird, wasn't it? It was like I don't know. What do they call those? Like a drug-fueled dream or something? Like it was wild. Hierophant in the reverse and the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. This is not someone who knows how to be around long term. They can keep someone interested for a week or 3 weeks or maybe even like 2 months if they're real focused. But this is someone who doesn't know how to be a good partner. They would not qualify as golden retriever energy, and I don't think that they really care to be monogamous, largely because I think they have a little bit of an unreasonable love for themselves. Um, well, wait, I want more tarot. I'm gonna go with the graffiti tarot. Hello, Gaia. How are you doing? Yeah, I think it was maybe Guillermo del Toro. But don't quote me on that. I'm not very good at naming directors. Hello, Henry. How are you doing? If you have a personal question, you can attach it to a super chat or donate a membership, and I do those actually in a couple minutes after the general reading. Two of Swords, the Hermit in the reverse, and another Hierophant in the reverse. Don't even waste 2 minutes being disappointed about losing this person because they really are not that great. Yes, they like to spend money. Maybe, you really enjoyed going to the most expensive restaurant in the city. But this is someone who will consistently leave you guessing and make you feel like you don't know for sure if that person's really got your back or really views you as their person. They like to leave people questioning what really is going on for them because then they feel like they have the power. When you are feeling insecure or questioning whether or not somebody's being honest, it's like somebody is undermining or like attacking the foundation under your trust and also how you view yourself. Don't let a romantic interest put you in a state of confusion. If that's their goal, if they're not going to talk to you about what's going on, if they're not going to tell you, why they're distant, or if they like letting you think that, I'll throw some money at you, but I don't really want to be like monogamous, don't let that person win. Let them chase the people who are okay with that treatment. You're not. Sleeping around is not a sign of high self-esteem. Ding, ding, ding. The Bell Witch haunting. I know the name, so I feel like I had, but it might have been a while back. Hello, Just Jokes. You want to call me Carmen? I know you want to call me Carmen. I may have Ethan, but let me just scroll. Oh, where are you? I can't find it. There it is. Women say all this stuff about emotional connection, but I don't buy it. It sounds too easy. I just, probably a better way to say it. But I might have been a little overly harsh, and I apologize if that's the case. But I would encourage you to avoid framing things in that way because it does seem critical of women who say things, right? Emotional connection. I guess I'm trying to understand. Are you saying that like women are saying they want an emotional connection, but they don't really want it? That's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is there are people who want emotional connections, and then there are people who don't. I don't like to make it about gender. I really don't. Because there are incredible people on the male side. There's incredible people, women. I'm not going to divvy it up like that. I'm saying there are people who want to be in a relationship and do right by it. And then there are those who would rather just like throw money at it and they don't really care, right? Hello, Third Eye. How are you doing? Thurstonell the third called his wife Lovey on Gilligan's Island. That's pretty great. I like that trivia. And also probably helps Just Jokes to realize why I would like to not be called that. Hello, Alejandro. What's up? Hello, Henry. You said your name is Lori? You confused me. Hello, Henry. Hello, Lori. Some don't. Yes. Did I say hello to Jamaica? Hello, Alan, your soul. What's up? Hello. Don't. I like that. I'm writing that one down. Number one, I like that your name appears to be, hopefully it actually is, a reference to Homer Simpson. And number two, I like how you phrased your question. Does bus driver fancy me? So I've added that, just so you know. Give me a couple minutes and I will do that. And you want to know if he's single. That's an important distinction, isn't it? Yeah, that's true. Sorry, y'all. I'm going to be a little bit late on the personal questions, but I know you'll forgive me. Four of Swords, the Lovers in the reverse, and the Knight of Swords. I think you're going to heal pretty quickly after you realize this is not the one for me. This is someone who likes to, have some sort of quick, like, oh my gosh, you're so great, love bombing kind of energy. And then they get distracted, they find someone else, and I can't count on them, or I can't rely on their responses to be honest. They just like to play games. So if that's true, if they don't have that emotional intelligence or maturity that we've been talking about in the live chat, then why would I stick around? Why? Because you're gonna buy me Chipotle? It's not my fault. It was in the live chat, okay, you guys? Oh, you're welcome, Doe. Hello, King. What's up? It's true, Rachel. So we have the Page of Pentacles and the Magician again. So the Magician's going to distract themselves, as they always do. They don't spend too much time focused on one person. They get distracted easily. Again, there is this self-absorbed energy. But while they're entertaining someone else or while they're pursuing someone else, they look over their shoulder and they're like, oh, why aren't you there, like, waiting for me? Where did you go? Where did you go? My baby. Sorry. They're wondering why you aren't like the others. How come you're not just gonna, like, stay and wait for me? Or why aren't you chasing me? That's weird. That works. So we have the Five of Swords with the Eight of Swords. You have confused them. This Magician may not be used to being rejected or may be quite accustomed to always being pursued or people just like struggling to get over them. But you are shocking them by like basically the first inkling that they are not actually interested in the relationship they have with you, or that they are, easily distracted, and just hoping that spoiling you is going to keep you from like contacting them about that or asking them about that. They're realizing you are not like the others. You're not just going to be like, oh, okay, that's fine. You're like, that's not for me. But hey, have a great life. See you later. High Priestess, and is that Page of Wands? Yeah, Page of Wands. So you are coming through as this High Priestess, and they're wondering, is this because you were talking to other people at the same time? Like, why is it so easy for you to walk away from this? Why aren't you chasing me? Maybe because you have self-respect? That's what it looks like to me. And good for you. Hello, Elizabeth. Oh, wait, hold on. Elizabetta? Ooh, I like that. That's pretty. How are you doing? Oh, no worries, Rachel. We still love ya. Hello, Gaia. All right, a few more. This is the Love Oracle, and then I'm going to do that question for Dope. We have Foundation, Established, Family, Security, Peace, Balance, Harmony, Friendship, and Karma, Consequences, Cause and Effect, and Debts. You're not interested in someone who's going to confuse you, even if they want to buy you a nice steak dinner every other night. It doesn't matter. You want to be with somebody who knows how to be monogamous and communicative. So you choose peace, right? You don't have to be in a relationship. Jumping from relationship to relationship is a great way to guarantee that you never actually get through the healing that you need and end up sabotaging the relationships that you jump from, right? Because you got to learn, you got to have some time for yourself, and you got to have time to forgive or let go of whatever happened in that last situation. Hello, April. I'm so glad you got that. Hello, Katie. How are you doing? So they're dealing with karma, and I don't think they expected to. I think this is someone who felt like you would hold on for a while, even if they were not around or even if they were out of town. They felt like you would just kind of be a doormat, but instead you did. You're like, no, that's not really for me. And now they're feeling the sense of loss that generally is ascribed to the people that they're dealing with. They find themselves missing you, and they had expected that it would be you missing them. So, it sounds like karma. Hopefully, they learn a little bit of a lesson on how they should treat people and that, like, money is not love, right? All right, let's see what we have for dope. Does the bus driver fancy dope? You've only had Chipotle 3 times? That's wild. I'm trying to decide whether or not to tell you guys something. Oh, I'm just gonna tell you. Carmen story time. Don't get mad at me. I'll be real quick about this, okay? This was a long time ago, so do not judge me or do, I don't care. Definitely got too drunk a long time ago. And the Chipotle was like not far from where I lived, like maybe like a mile from my apartment. And so we literally made like the Uber or whatever drive past Chipotle. We went there first. And friends, when you are really drunk and you eat a burrito, it does not always stay with you. Sometimes you lose the burrito. And because of that experience, I did not eat Chipotle for a year because every time I thought about it, I was like, huh, huh, huh. But it's okay. Chipotle and I are friends again. We're back on speaking terms for a long time now, actually. See, that makes sense. Hey, Emma, how are you doing? All right, back to Doe's question. I'm sorry. So I did pull, we have the Hanged Cat in the reverse and the Page of Cups in the reverse. I don't think that the bus driver has a crush on you. However, is there a reason that, we're picking up on that energy? I think this is someone who it's like they're putting out the energy that they want to meet someone, but I don't know that it's focused on you. So it's like I'll be flirty or fun or friendly, and if someone is interested in me, then they'll say something. Is this person actually single? Yes. Page of Pentacles and the Hermit in the reverse. This person is single. I don't feel like they're like crushing on you, but I do feel like it's, like, oh, hey, how's it going? But with the Hermit in the reverse, um, despite being single, I don't know that I would say that there's like a green light here for you because there's something that this person has been procrastinating, working on. So they are still mad at an ex or they are still in love with an ex, right? Oh no, you're insulting El Pollo Loco? I actually love El Pollo Loco. Don't ask me to choose between that and Del Taco, though. That would be very difficult. It, all of them would be rejected, though, if there was a Poncheros. Most of you probably never been to a Poncheros, but the reason that I like it, they have blue corn chips, but they also have this little thing that like mixes up all the ingredients, so you don't just have like, a ball of sour cream as a bite in the middle. It's kind of nice. I hope that helps, Doe. Is there anyone else that is crushing on Doe, just out of curiosity? Oh, I don't know if I would call it a crush so much as someone who's not over you. You are the one who got away for someone, and this is the King of Wands. So it could be that this person's Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. but I get the impression that this is someone who's rather quiet. They speak when they have something to say, but not necessarily, I don't know. They choose their words carefully, and I feel like they think conversation can be a bit of a waste of time in certain circumstances. This person is into you, but it's not a crush so much as a I'm not over you. Thank you, Doe. Sorry, I just threw that. All right, so Emma, I didn't write down your question, silly me. What are Allie's feelings towards Emma, please? Ace of Pentacles in the reverse, Six of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles, Eight of Cups in the reverse, and the Six of Wands in the reverse. There seems to be a cycle for Allie, and the feelings generally land on, yeah, there's something here, but in order for me to pursue this, or in order for us to have that like healthy relationship, I feel like too much is required of me. Like there's something I would have to sacrifice. So it could be, like I don't want to have to move, or I don't want to have to give up this job, or I don't want to have to block my ex. There's something here where it's like, yeah, like you're great. I like you, but like the price is too high. The requirements are too demanding. That being said, we have vacillation here. So one day to the next, it could differ, right? I'm glad I made that decision, or I'm glad I'm not talking to that person because it's like too much work. But then the next day it's like, yeah, but I miss them. There are days where it feels like a failure to Allie. And then there are other days where it's like, but I don't know how I would make that work anyways. I don't know how I would actually like be good to that person, or like be good enough to be in a relationship. Queen of Wands in the reverse. I don't get that this person's very faithful. At the very least, this is someone who's a big flirt or leads people on, but I don't feel like they're very committed. They keep secrets. I do feel like this person is attracted or like missing you. Like there's this yearning, right? But the Three of Wands in the reverse indicates I'm not doing anything about it. I do feel that we have some pretty significant need for healing. This is someone who's been so focused on, oh, that's what I want, I'm going to go after that, that they don't really think through what's required or what could potentially go wrong. It's the Ten of Swords. Oddly enough, the picture in my mind that I'm getting for this Emma is someone who goes to an electronics store and they're driving a Geo Metro, or insert small car name here. I think most of you would know what a Geo Metro is, right? And then goes and buys like a 70-inch TV. Like, hey, homie, like, where are you putting that? You just gonna tie it to the top of your car and hope nothing goes wrong? Or are you gonna like tuck it into a paper airplane and be like, okay, find my home? Like, you have to anticipate these things, right? Now, I'm making fun of that person, but like, real talk, I have definitely gone to IKEA with a less than robust vehicle and purchased furniture and been like, please, please fit in the back. And I made it all right. But this feels to me like someone who really needs to work on some emotional healing, because there is an inability to approach that connection the way they should. Hello, Houston. How are you doing? Thank you for the happy poop, Chris. Thank you, Doe. All right. I think I said hello to everyone. Thank you, Houston. I'm gonna leave it there, y'all. Thank you for the likes, thank you for the subscribes, and thank you for hyping if you're able to. I will see you on the next reading. Toodles.